Can you believe it? Good afternoon and good evening. Wow, has it been a week already, ladies and gentlemen? That's right. It is July 18th, 2013, and welcome to the Katherine Symthe Show, right here, right now. That's right. I am your host, Katherine Symthe. Today, we will be discussing living your awareness. Let's look at this quote. We can only be said to be alive in those moments when our hearts are conscious of those treasures. Let's look at that again. Alive when our heart is aware of the consciousness of our treasures, ourself. Wow, that's kind of deep for a Thursday night. But every day you take a step forward in your life, you're taking a step forward in your journey of life. You know, the House of SVOI began a journey just 4 weeks ago to this date with this radio show and podcast. It would have been easy to have waited to put everything together and go, yeah, here we are. We got the soundtrack. We got the editing material. We got it going on, baby. But no, what we did is we took a progressive step for each week to show you our development as we are developing this show, because we dared to be naked in front of you and go, look at us, we're growing. Because you know what? Every day you live your life, you are growing. And this is what we're about. We're about celebrating, cherishing, and connecting with you on those very moments. That's what life's about. Now, just in last week's episode, we were talking about, are you living your call to action? Did you connect with others? Because it is about that connection to the audience. What am I saying when I ask, are you living your self-awareness? Well, that's a good question that we're going to conquer today. We're going to look at, we're going to break it apart and break that bone and go, is that tasty? Because we're looking at the meat of, are you living your awareness? We'll be right back with, once we return from that public service announcement, and we'll get right down to the heart of, are you living your awareness? Well, what are you doing this first Friday in August, on August 2nd at Ben's Vending? Well, I know what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be right there watching Positive Direction on Psychic First Friday. Watch the greatness happen as these people come and celebrate and connect with Miss Sonia Beatrice of Positive Direction. That's right. What messages do Spirit have for you? Also, just to let you know, Positive Direction, the Wholeness Center, will be having a discounted Reiki class coming up here in August. Want to know more what they're doing? Well, I'll tell you what, you go right on to their website, www.positive-direction.com. That's www.positive-direction.com, and know where Positive Direction is going to be at, what events they're going to, and you can also find out how you can get a reading from Miss Sonia Beatrice. Also, you can call her and set up a consultation at area code 210-601-0369. That's right. Positive Direction. Find out what messages are in store with you from Spirit through Sonia Beatrice of Positive Direction. Thank you. You know, welcome back to the Katherine Symthe Show. We were talking about the awareness is a key connector right out of that negativity that sometimes becomes like a mud in that swamp. You know, it's that key to that magic door, that secret called yourself. It's truly that ability to state or perceive and to feel, to be conscious of events and objects or sensory pattern. It's really relative to who? That's right, to you. You know, it's really about conditioning of one's environment and conditioning one's self-awareness. It's that capacity for introspection. So let's look at it this way. You have yourself in environment. You're being conditioned. Now we've crossed over to the what? The identity zone. That's right. It's really a whole vicious cycle when you start to think about it. And then you begin questioning yourself. Am I worth $9 an hour? Am I really worth hanging around? You start developing what I call these negative monster balls, and you begin hitting it at each other, and it just really becomes, wow, what's really going on here? So when we're talking about are you living your self-awareness, it really goes down to the core. Are you being self-aware of your own self-value? And it is something that we don't think about, because the self-identity is the root, the secret to your dreams and manifestations. And what do I mean by are you living your self-awareness? Well, I can tell you this, it's more than just living your life and going to work and clocking in and out. What drives you? So many times we can get trapped in what I call a hamster wheel. You go to work, you come home, you pay your bills. What are you doing to bring to your life, to bring that breath of oxygen? Are you writing? Are you tending a garden? Are you moving? You know, have you ever heard of that statement? Prosper where you're planted. What fertilizer are you utilizing to help you, your self-identity, your self-awareness to grow? Are you working in that corporate job? Are you being that artist? Are you living your passion? The key is self-awareness and stripping it all away, and it comes right down to that one core, yourself. Living is an action verb of doing. No one holds the key to your living successfully but yourself. It's about creation that develops habits, values, emotions, and behaviors. It breaks the mold of conditioning. I have a question for you. What are you conditioned to do every day? Are you just satisfied with the day-to-day $9 an hour? Are you conditioned to be unhappy? Are you daring to stand up and say, I dare to be happy? You think about that. Right now we're going to go to some words from our allies and corporate sponsors, and we'll be right back to the Katherine Symthe Show. Guess what, ladies and gentlemen? Tomorrow is Friday. That's right, it's Friday. Hey, what are you doing this Sunday, July 21st? This Sunday from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. I know where you should be having fun at. That's right, the Holistic Festival right here in San Antonio at 611 Northwest Loop 410. Free admission, free parking at the hotel, and all you have to do is go right there to 611 Northwest Loop 410. There will be tarot readers, there will be psychics, there will be crystal soul, there will be vendors there. Oh my gosh, too much fun, too much fun. Come on out this Sunday, July 21st at 611 Northwest Loop 410. You can't miss it. If you want to know more about it, go to www.holisticfestival.com. Remember, holistic is spelled with a WHOLISTIC and then festival.com. Thank you. Welcome back to the Katherine Symthe Show. We've been talking about, are you living your self-awareness? Are you truly happy with the life that you are living? I want to now go to some questions that we asked our audience members. And we asked some of our audience members, are you happy with the life that you're living? Why or why not? And what made it different for you? We spoke with a teenager named Miss C. She said that teens have challenges. She is living her life that she wants, but there are challenges because sometimes parents can be challenging with teenagers, as sometimes parents may not understand what the children need as far as support or for their dreams, for their careers and what they want to be, because parents may not understand that their kids are artists. But when you have parents that are supporting, it really changes that dynamic, and the goal may not be seen to be achievable. We asked her, well, why? What made you really decide, I'm going to do my life no matter what, I'm going to be this artist? And Miss C responded with, I saw so many people unhappy with their jobs, and I didn't want to become like that. So I knew I was unique and different, but I did not want to be like the rest of them, sad and trapped in their job at the end of their life. We talked to another audience member, Miss K, And she said she was happy with her life, and what made her the determining factor for making her happy was that she didn't believe in conforming to other people's life. We then asked a third audience member, Ms. Dell, was she happy with her life, and she said no, because she didn't think anybody would accept her for being disabled and handicapped, and she didn't think that she'd be accepted. She says she's not really happy. She's living in these walls of conformity. Wow, some deep stuff. You know, as we are finishing up the show here, and we're talking about living your awareness, and it's really the goal of the Katherine Symthe Show to talk for a minute or so, 16 minutes, 20 minutes, about topics that really impact our life. You never know what your life is going to be until you are actually living it. You can achieve your dreams. People ask me all the time, wow, that must be cool. You have a production company, you're a digital executive producer, you do this radio show. It didn't come without challenges. I had to be willing to stand up and be who I am. And if it wasn't for my two best friends, whom I love with my absolute heart and passion, I wouldn't have been able to do the things, because they taught me self-value, they taught me self-realization, and it's just so amazing. And when you begin to live your life and really examine your identity and realize it's okay to be you, then you understand that, yes, society may want you to be this way. Now, I'm not saying go out and break the law, but what I am saying is abide by the laws of society. But when it comes to your own self-identity and your own self-happiness, don't conform to what others believe or don't believe about you. Only you have that key. Now, let me leave you with some scary statistics and also a word from the House of SVOI. If you would like to be a participant on this show, or you'd like to see your business advertised here on the Katherine Symthe Show, like us on Facebook, House of SVOI. SVOI is spelled SVOI, all capital letters. Or contact me, Katherine Symthe, Symthe, at area code 210-897-8369. Or send me an email at Katherine, Katherine, Symthe, Symthe, at gmail.com. We'd love to hear feedback from you all. And just know that with every episode, we are growing because you are growing. That's right. We dare to be like you and growing. That's the one time. It's about connection and celebration. But let me leave you with this scary thought for the day. Did you know that 98% of the public will either be dead or dead broke by the time they're 65? 2% will be the ones living their dreams. Isn't it time to tip the scales and live the life you want to live? Embrace your destiny. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning in to today's show, and have a great, great day. Be safe out there and embrace your destiny. Thank you, and have a great evening.